My crazy boss fired 82 managers, left me in charge, and then called me unqualified. Okay, so I've talked about this manager many a time in posts, but I decided today to do a summary of the insanity I endured under this area manager's reign of terror. I will call her Karen for this post. For context, I was a guy who worked in a UK Burger King and approximately 90 hours a week. I also have myself a union contract that is probably the perfect weapon against this woman. Also, please note all dialogue is accurate to individuals but not exact. So whenever she and I butted heads, she genuinely couldn't fire me without causing issues for herself. I was on track to become a manager under the previous area manager who she replaced. She replaced him during a corporate takeover. She then did a bit of a shuffling with the 115 managers under her control. What kind of shuffling, you might ask? Well, she fired 82 of the 115 managers across 21 restaurants, although technically 20, as she'd already organized her own store how she liked it. She had a little minion manager who was always following her around or helping her with her vast array of schemes, or more likely she got him to do things to shield her legally. I'll call him Kevin because he was a complete tool of a person. If she was an evil overlord, he was her dumb minion. So let's get to the insanity. After Karen had done her purge of managers, there was a sudden shortage of people who could do the ordering and paperwork. The only manager we had in my store was a trainee manager who had no training prior to the purge, and I was left to train this manager. Yep, I was training someone who was set to be my boss, because apparently I was too irresponsible to be a manager. Well, one thing about running a restaurant you should know is, if you can't keep on to of paperwork or order food at a regular pace, you will run out of food. Well, surprise. Surprise, she decided to not fulfill the food orders that she suddenly had to process. Except for her restaurant. The other 20 could pound sand and figure it out for themselves. She was supposed to send someone around to put in the delivery orders. Well, she didn't do that. So we did figure it out when we realized we were going to run out of food and drink to serve customers, but it took us an entire week of winging it to do so. Imagine that 20 restaurants with managers and senior staff constantly in a text chain, just trying to figure out how to make their first order. Well, we submitted our orders and contacted Karen to put a rush on it. Karen: it'll get there when it gets there. Me: I've got enough food for less than a day. If you don't fulfill this order by morning, we're closing the restaurants that don't get deliveries. Karen: you can't do that. You need to serve customers. Me: if I have no food or drink, what am I serving them, you dumbass? I'll stay to wait on delivery in case it's late, as will one member of each of the stores. Sort it out or I'll sort you out. And I hang up. Suffice to say, we didn't have a working relationship that was traditional between boss and employee, but I was a hothead. Also, I knew my workers' rights. Well, next day rolls in and no delivery. Doors locked, and I decided to put up a sign. It read the following: Dear customers, we're sorry to inform you that due to a lack of food and drink, we cannot serve you. We look forward to getting back to work and seeing you soon. From your neighborhood Burger King. For bonus points, I decided to make sure that all the stores that had to close had the same sign. By midday, I had a phone call from Karen's boss. He was a man so simplistic and basic that he is the living embodiment of the Wikipedia page entry for an egg, I'd imagine. I'll call him Dave. Dave, despite being so basic and simple, was a man of facts and figures, so when he asked me why all the stores are closed, I simply explained why, and he checked into it. He was rather confused as to why a lower-level store employee had managed to make all the decisions, order everything, and fill out all the paperwork. When explained that Karen had fired or moved all the other people who could do it, so I just figured it out myself. Dave was one part impressed and another part annoyed with Karen. Dave: so do you have anything to sell at all? Me: I got a couple of veggie burger patties and some salads. Nothing anyone actually buys here. Dude, I'm even waiting on a delivery to refill the Coke machines. Dave: what's Karen said about this? Me: deliveries will get there when it gets there. Dave: for God's sake, Well, deliveries won't be able to get there today for sure, but I'll do my best to have it for tomorrow. Me. You should probably do it for the other 20 stores as well. The only store with anything is Karen's. Dave. Oh, for fuck's sake. Me. Also, considering this cock-up was on upper management being flat-footed on the issue, the workers want their lost hours compensated. Dave. Yeah, I guess it's the least we could do. Just send me the timesheet for the week and I'll do it. Wait, who's doing the hours there? Me. Same idiot filling out the delivery orders and keeping the place running. Dave. And you're not a manager? Me. I was in training to be one before Karen took over the area. Dave. Oh, sounds like you'd be better at the job than her. Me. A drunken monkey on cocaine would be better in my opinion. Dave. So who is the restaurant manager at your store? Me. We don't have one. On the plus side, I can do everything a restaurant manager can do. Health and safety certified on top. So if you have a good pen handy, you can take my full name and details to do whatever bureaucracy needed. Dave. Nice try. I can't do that unfortunately. Me. Bugger. You mean that I gotta tolerate her bullshit? Dave. Yep. Firing an area manager takes a lot. She'll get a shorter leash but nothing more. You know, I'm looking at your employee file, and you're on a list of people who have been blacklisted on the promotions list. Why the hell would she put you on that? Me. Probably because she is aware that I can, will and shall kick her ass up and down a courtroom for this bullshit. Get me that list. I'll get a solicitor and give you a reason to fire her ass. Dave. Whoa there, I think that's an overreaction. Me. Overreaction. I'm doing a manager's job for half the pay and none of the title, whilst training her damn managers. In a civilized world, I'd get recognized for my good work, not punished because I have a spine. Dave. I'll get your name removed from her blacklist and see if I can't encourage a promotion for you. Me. We both know that if she has final say and she won't even go for the interview. She knows that I'm better than the rest of the candidates combined and has me train the idiots she picks. Dave. Well, that stops now. If she tries to strong-arm you on that one, let me know, I'll deal with it. Me. If you don't deal with her, I'll deal with her myself, just remember that. With that, I hung up the phone. The next day, the delivery came first thing. Even with that, organizing people in a hurry was not easy, as I was not a manager, and I didn't have anyone who was to compel them really. The ones who came in were literally working out of desperation for money, or me cashing in a favor. In the end of this first part, it set a tone for me and my working relationship with this crazy Karen. How to get a bonus. First observations of Karen's new managers she wanted me to train was that she didn't get the best of the best. She got loyalists to her rather than leaders. Granted, occasionally there was a diamond in the rough, but very few. Most were bullies towards the staff, to which I threw them out of the restaurant personally, before calling the hand and saying, never send them back. It sounds insane, but because of my union ties, it does give me a little bit of leeway with the company to essentially deal with hostile managers by asking them to leave and reporting their actions to superiors within the company. Suffice to say, after a week or two of managers being sent away from me, Kevin decided to show up in person to talk to me. Probably tired of sending managers to other places so they can get passed by him at a later date. So we go into the dry store, which is where all unofficial yelling matches with superiors happened. Kevin, why can't you simply do what we've asked you to do and train the managers we send you? Me. Because they're a never-ending sea of assholes and idiots, it would seem. Send someone more like Annie and Paco and I'll train them. Send any more of those bully types and I'll send them away. Kevin. It's not your decision who we hire. Me. As per my contract, I have discretion over who is in this store as my boss. So I suggest you take your attitude and shove it up your ass. And if you want to say in this store, how about you do some damn work in it? Kevin. How dare you? Me. Shut up. You have dumped yours and Karen's paperwork on me, along with a task I am not being paid or promoted for. If you want me to run this restaurant, then I will. But you better pay me the right money, And if I need to train managers as well, I'll do it, but you better not forget my promotion with it. Kevin, that promotion got rejected by Karen a month ago. Me? Then I guess someone else will have to do your job around here and train your managers. Because obviously I'm not qualified enough. Kevin, hold on, let me make a call to her. And so I went out to do my actual job whilst he got on the phone to Karen apparently. 5 minutes pass and he comes into the kitchen area where I was busy helping. Kevin, hey, just got off the phone with Karen, can we talk in private? Me, it's busy, I'm helping and you want me to run away to the closet. No, anything you want to say to me, you can say it here. Partially because I don't trust your fat arse, and partially because we are doing actual work. So say it and get lost. Kevin, Karen agreed to your terms. You'll be put on the list for promotion. Me, fine, but send competent and capable people. Kevin, we'll do our best. Me, great, now get lost. And with that he left. 2 months later I still hadn't been promoted and I was pissed off. They had passed 4 months of paperwork, job training, and BS onto me, which by all rights they should have done. So I logged a complaint with HR, and after a long meeting with HR, Kevin, and Dave, it was decided on a few things. 1, I was to stop training managers. It was not supposed to be my job and never was supposed to do it. 2, I was to be rewarded for all my hard work, with a £2,500 bonus. 3, Kevin was to be suspended for 2 weeks no pay, and was given a written warning which stated if he ever made false promises again, then he'd be out on his ass. Whilst it is possible he made the decision to lie on his own, it's also possible that it was Karen's plan and he can't prove it. He was her favorite pawn because despite regularly getting burned by her, he for some reason was loyal to her. Unfortunately, it was confirmed that I couldn't be promoted because Karen had filled my file with notations that I am a hostile person. Well played, I figure, and probably a little true in regards to her.
Thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, make sure to give a thumbs up, subscribe, and ring the bell for more videos. See you soon again.